Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm going to show you how to make soft pretzel buns today. We start out with 2 3/4 white flour. We'll add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon dry yeast. Well, actually first make sure the yeast and the salt don't touch each other because the salt tends to hinder the yeast of doing its job. And then 1/4 cup of butter and 1 cup of warm water. The water is always, if it's too dry, just add some more water. Some people are very concerned to stick to the recipe, but all flours are different. So if it ends up being too dry, just add some more water. It's not going to harm.
And can you use any flour, Alex?
Yes, I like to use organic flour, but you can use any. You can even, sometimes I mix it with whole grains, like spelt is a very good one, but you can use any kind of flour.
And how long have you been doing this?
I am a trained chef, so cooking and baking, I've been doing this since I was 16.
Nice.
Even before, because my mom was a big cook and she cooked a lot. And these ones, I got this as a gift, this book. It's the Farmer's Kitchen Handbook. I really like it. It has a lot of seasonal recipes. I got it from a good friend as a present, and I've been making these for 6 years now. My children love them as snacks. And then you just knead it to a nice dough, to a nice ball. If you have a KitchenAid or any type of kitchen machine, you can put it in there. But if you don't, it works just as well.
So like with the bread hook?
Yeah, with the bread hook. And then knead it for about, I don't know, 5 minutes, I would say. So we're going to leave this one, and I'm going to show you how to form the pretzel buns with a dough that I had prepared, because when you're done, when you have a nice round dough, you leave it sitting for 1.5 to 2 hours, and then you get a nice rise, and then you form them into.
And how do you know if you've done it correctly, like with the rise?
It should double.
Okay.
Double in size, and then, yeah. So you form a little snake, and then let's make this a little longer.
So do your kids help you when you do this?
They do. They really like baking. So.
And how old are they?
Our oldest is 8, and then 6 and 18 months. So the 18-month-old is not a lot of help, but the other 2 are. So when you have the snake, you go across like this. You go, like you twist it, and then you just fold it over, push the ends down, and there you go. Got a little pretzel.
And how many does this yield, this recipe?
It depends on the size. These will be a decent size for a snack. So this will make 8, but you can make them bigger, smaller, but I would say these will make 8 snack-sized pretzels. And then you have to dip them in a water, baking soda mix. And that needs to be heated up. That's why I had to Go get it, because it needs to be warm.
So a piece of parchment on your cookie sheet.
Yeah, make it non-stick. And then you just dip them in here, give it about 30 seconds.
And what was that mixture again?
That is 4 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of baking soda. And then you dip each one of them. That's what's going to make the nice brown crust. And then I use their special pretzel salt that doesn't melt when it gets wet. So you can use that, or you could even use cinnamon if you want to make them sweet, or just coarse sea salt. And then you bake them for about 15 to 20 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's it. And they freeze well too. And if you like them baked fresh, you can even freeze them raw without baking.
Oh, good idea.
And then you can just pop them in the oven frozen and just give them a little bit longer to bake.
So you take them out of the freezer and then do it into the hot water bath?
No, I actually dunk them before I freeze them. And then, but I don't put on the salt because the salt will dissolve in the freezer. And then you can just sprinkle the salt before you bake them.
So this is one of your family's favorites?
Yeah. We even make them for birthday parties quite often, and then just put some cream cheese in the middle, or butter, and then it's just a quick, simple finger food for the kids in between playing. And it's always been a big hit. Everyone likes them.
Do you ever add like grated cheese to the dough or anything like that, or you have to put that on the top?
You can absolutely do that. I would add it in the dough and then on top as well. You can never have too much cheese, really. But yes, absolutely.
Any other variations to this that you'd recommend?
The cinnamon one is good too if you want to sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon, and then when they're done or almost done, a little butter, like with a brush, just brush on a little bit of butter. Yeah, and then we mostly vary, like just like sometimes we use them as a sandwich. We put some meat in, or like I said, cream cheese. It's pretty flexible.
Well, we really appreciate your doing this for us today. That's excellent.
Yeah, no worries. I hope some people will try, because it's really easy. I think a lot of people get intimidated with yeast doughs, but really they are simple. So we're going to put them in the oven now for about 15 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit.